What's up? Okay. I try to be upbeat and cheerful, but I cannot. When we got some serious gaming stuff to go over. What's up, all my Dragonlings? I am the Dragon God of Gaming, Damian Dragon, and welcome back to the gaming news, where we run over the rumors, news, and all the leaks coming out of the gaming industry over the past week. We have a ton of stuff from the PlayStation 5, of course. We have something from Ubisoft, of course. And we have something on the new AMD Raisins. Anyway, let's stop wasting time. We got a ton of news, so let's kick it off. First off, we're going to do all the stuff for the PlayStation 5 first. Because there's one thing from Ubisoft and one thing from the AMD. So, I'm doing everything with the PlayStation 5 first. Take it for what you will. The PlayStation 5 is the talking point of the decade so far. Everyone is talking about the PlayStation 5 right now. What is it going to look like? What is it going to act like? How is it going to be? What's it freaking look like? We don't know. But the problem is that we still don't know. That's the problem. So, this is broken by metro.co.uk. And this was written on April 19th, 2020 at 1 a.m. Good Lord. I'm up very damn early. If the PS5 really is $549, then it's doomed. As the quote says. This was written by Game Central at that time, so, okay. Our reader worries that Sony's PlayStation 5 is going to be too expensive for ordinary customers and easily undercut by the Xbox. You're right on that one. It wasn't official news, but this week we got a rumor from a sensible business newspaper and not some guy on Twitter that the PlayStation 5 is going to cost from between $499 to $549 post-Brexit. It's hard to say what that's going to translate into in pounds. God forbid what it's going to look like for Tui and the gang over there. But it's going to be at least £450 and could easily be £500. If that's true, then I think Sony's dominance of the video game market just ended. There was also a rumor, well, not a thing, that a former Sony developer said that the Xbox could surpass the PlayStation 5, but it's only for the years to come, so I can understand. I don't know what Americans consider to be too expensive, but I know they got very upset about the PlayStation 3 being $499 at launch, and that's basically why it didn't dominate that gen, despite doing better than the Xbox 360 almost everywhere else in the world. I wonder why. Xbox would have had it if it not for the red ring of freaking death. Actually, to be honest, I was actually thinking about getting an Xbox after the PlayStation 2. What stopped me? Everyone's saying that they had to return their systems because of the infamous red ring of death. And when I see the PlayStation 3, I'm like this. Yeah, I'm going over here. I know what I'm getting. Anyway, let's go back to the story. The story itself acknowledges that even $499 is very expensive, as apparently Sony's plan is to release less consoles than usual this year and try and appeal only to more hardcore fans, which helps to explain the long-standing rumor that a remake of Demon's Souls is a launch game, which never made any sense to me until now. Yeah, I did hear that. And yes, more than likely on launch day, I will have myself a PlayStation 5. So, okay. I can see the logic of this plan, but I think the whole concept of a console that expensive is playing into Microsoft's hands and proves that Sony hasn't really learned anything from the PlayStation 3 launch at all. Apart from the fact that so many people will have lost their jobs or had their pay cut as a result of the virus. which is obviously not something Sony could have foreseen. The fact that the console is so expensive should have been proved to them that it was not viable and should have either had features cut or been delayed a couple of years until components are cheaper, which was not going to be a good idea either. Graphics on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One still looks great. There was no great need for a new generation and no one demanding one either, which I kind of agree on that one. Now Sony is faced with the problem that their console is going to be very expensive during the biggest depression since the 1930s, and their main opponent is a company with essentially infinite cash reserves who has both a viable streaming service and a subscription service that is very cheap and has access to dozens of very good games. Which I wholeheartedly agree on that as well. The sad fact of the matter is that yes, it's gonna look like that PlayStation 5 is gonna be pretty expensive. Even I'm putting out like $560 to personally get the console at launch, and that's just, you know, the borderline. It's not going above $600, but it's not gonna be less than about $350. So do I think so? Do I think that's gonna be about $540? I highly doubt it. Cause you gotta think, Sony's Pictures. Remember that Sony isn't just a random company competing against the giant of Microsoft. No, that's not the case. Look what Sony has at their disposal. A lot of fucking things. And that's my one per video. The problem with all this is that, do I think the PlayStation 5 is going to be too much? I doubt it. All of them are rumors, and they're basing their pricing off of how much or how much it is to make the console. And yes, I get it's very expensive to make that kind of console, but do I think that they're going to be selling that knowing that most of the world is out of a job? I highly doubt it. And by the time the PlayStation 5 launches as well as the Xbox Series X, do I think that the economy is going to be in the best shape for everyone to go out and dish out their consoles? No. Even if we go back to work right now, we're still going to be feeling this by Christmas. I'm sorry, but we are. Personally, what do I feel? I think the console is going to be a little bit more cheaper than we're expecting it to be. Look at what the Xbox Series X is doing. It's going to be relatively cheap. And the PlayStation 5 is being compared to it almost in every aspect. Why? Why would this console be sold for more than the Xbox Series X, has better specs and better equipment in it? Relatively speaking, it doesn't make sense. It's rumor, and do I believe it? No, I don't. What do I believe? I believe it's going to be around 450. What I believe. So it's going to be relatively around the same price as the Xbox Series X, because it's being compared in every other way. And if Microsoft is putting out the console for that cheap, but still has infinitely more stuff in it than the PlayStation 5 with better equipment inside that console, why the hell would Sony be pricing it higher than their competitors? They're not. That's why they haven't given out the price just yet. We're going to speculate to the point where the PlayStation 5 is going to be a massive mystery. And then when they serve it out, what's it going to be? It's going to be a lower price than what we're thinking. And we're all going to be hyped to find the PlayStation 5. So you have to look at it both sides. Why would the Xbox Series X come out for such a low price with so much better stuff in it? It doesn't add up, nor does it make sense. So, I need everyone to look at it. Anyway, on to more news for the PlayStation 5. Ex-PS5 engineer says many secrets about PlayStation 5 haven't leaked yet. This is coming from ScreenRant.com. They also have a YouTube channel that I watch as well. I love Screen Rant. And this is written by Cody Gravel on April 22nd, 2020. It says the PlayStation 5 revealed that many of the system's secrets have been leaked, yet immediately ramping up fan speculation for key specs like the system's GPU functionality and the backwards compatibility design. The full specs of the PS5 being revealed was the most comprehensive look consumers have gotten at Sony's newest console, which has seen more information about it leaked as a slow drip rather than the torrent of specs the Xbox Series X provided fans much earlier. An engineer who worked on PlayStation 5 revealed that many of the system's secrets haven't been leaked yet, immediately ramping up fan speculation for key specs like the system's GPU functionality and backwards compatibility design. Oh wow, did I really do that twice? Okay, yep, yes I did. Yes I did. Yes I did. Sorry. That hasn't dulled momentum for the PlayStation 5, however, which has been on the receiving end of a lot of industry insider hype, whether it's veteran video game developers heralding the PS5 as a complete game changer, or Sony itself providing inside looks at things like the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller. The reception for much of the console's revealed designs and functions have been overwhelmingly positive. That being said, however, there has been some speculation that there isn't as much to show from the PlayStation 5 as there is for the Xbox Series X, since fans have taken to designing fan art of the DualSense while waiting for any scrap of new info. Matt Hargett, the former principal software engineer on the PlayStation 5, recently jumped in on a Twitter conversation where he attempted to clarify some things about PS5 features. The most important exchange, however, was one where Hargett couldn't resist teasing the fact that there was much more to come from Sony's gradual reveal of the PlayStation 5. Like I just stated, as a software engineer, tantalized fans with the notion that there were many things that had been successfully kept a secret thus far. This is written by Daniel D. Since it hasn't shown up in any of the AMD leaks. And this is from Matt Hargett at Psych. On Twitter, many things haven't shown up in leaks. There are plenty of secrets that are being well kept. Ooh. That's good news for Sony fans who have been eagerly awaiting more information on the PlayStation 5 specs and features as Microsoft continuously rolls out more on the Xbox Series X. Most noticeably, the Xbox Series X has already been shown off by Microsoft in full, with the console going on to display for consumers to break down. The PlayStation 5 has been conspicuously absent in images and promotional material from Sony, which suggests, coupled with Hargett's tease, that there is potentially a big innovation or secrets associated with the appearance of the console itself. Of course, that's just speculation, but there is no reason for Hargett to mess with fans and set expectations too high for future reveals. While it might not be related to what the PlayStation 5 looks like, there are likely a few specific secrets the former PS5 engineer has in mind when he's discussing things that haven't been leaked. And those will be exciting reveals in their own right, with both Microsoft and Sony adamantly suggesting that the next-gen console release dates won't be affected by the current global climate. It seems like Sony and the PlayStation 5 will have a lot more to show in soon, only half a year or so before the console is expected to release. And that should tell you everything you need to know. Like I just said, there's a lot of things that Sony's keeping, and a lot of those things could potentially keep everything to a lower rate. So, again, do I think it's gonna be a gigantic price? Absolutely not. Is it gonna be a pretty hefty price? Kind of. But do I expect it to be near $600? Unlike their competitors? No. But there are going to be a lot of secrets coming for the PlayStation 5. We don't know too much about it, so let's hope that everything comes pretty well over it. Anyway, okay, I do not need to read this. There was a thing saying how the PS5 DualSense could be the best of all time, and that's just playing too much. I don't need to read that. Okay, top 5 PlayStation games confirmed so far. This is from Tyler Fisher on 4/22/2020 at 9:14 a.m. The PlayStation 5 is poised to release sometime this holiday season. Despite this, we still don't know a great deal about the console. Not only do we not have a release date or a price point, but our list of every PS5 game confirmed so far is still a bit light. However, while not many games have been confirmed for the console, there are some heavy hitters already. Many of these cross-gen titles, but there are some next-gen exclusives that have PlayStation fans excited. With PlayStation 4, there will be no shortage of games to play on the PS5, but here are the top 5 best games confirmed for the console so far. Now, I'm going to read these games out, and I'm going to try to do them really quickly, because, I have a lot of things left to go. Okay, first off, as we know, Godfall. Godfall is a third-person fantasy action roleplay game meets not a looter shooter. A looter shooter, okay. But a looter slasher, in development at Counterplay Games, makers of Duelist, and being published by Borderlands developer Gearbox. That should also tell you what you need to know. Godfall is a true next-gen game, unlike many of the titles confirmed for PS5. In the game, players step into a high fantasy setting where realms are split by earth, water, air, fire, and spirit. As one of the last fighters exalted in the Knight's Order. Okay, hold on 1 minute, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, but that's on Godfall. Godfall is looking like it's going to be the first PlayStation 5 game that's going to be released. And that's going to be a really good one. I'm actually very excited to see Godfall. The game looks pretty good. I've been seeing some trailers and teasers for the game, and it's actually looking really good. It's looking very bright, and I actually want to see what's in the game. It's looking like something that I would really get into. It's not like kind of like an Earthbender type of thing. Not Earthbender, Avatar: Last Airbender kind of thing. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like the Avatar: The Last Airbender meets God of War. The original 3. Let's say it like that. So that's what that is. Okay. Next up, Cyberpunk 2077. Do I really need to say that? Do I even need to write what Cyberpunk 2077 is? I don't think... It's gotten so much widespread attention. I'm pretty sure you guys know what Cyberpunk 2077 is. If you guys don't, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna harp. I'm gonna harp on it too much. Go look it up for yourselves. Believe me, it's a treat to see what it's actually about. And this was promoted by Keanu Reeves, the Lord and Savior himself. All right, next one is called Outriders. I actually haven't seen too much of this one. Outriders is the third-person action shooter meets looter shooter from developer People Can Fly and publisher Square Enix. The former is perhaps best known for Gears of War, Judgment, and Bulletstorm. In the game, you will create your own Outrider and embark on a journey across a hostile planet as mankind bleeds out around you. That seems freaking boss. Create your own character and move across this planet and just try to save mankind. It's gonna have that kind of feel to it. Basically, like, what do you call it? It's gonna have that kind of like not Far Cry, Fallout. It's gonna have that kind of Fallout feel to it. It's sounding like it's gonna have a Fallout feel to it. And actually, if that's the case, then this is kind of like a spiritual successor to the Fallout series. It's gonna be a good one. So let's see. I'm gonna be looking up a lot more from Outriders. I want to see what it's about. So I can't wait. Anyway, next up, Dying Light. I think everyone knows what Dying Light is. I feel like everyone knows what Dying Light is. Rainbow Six Quarantine. I don't need to say too much on those. Because everyone knows what Rainbow Six Siege or Rainbow Six is. And I'm pretty sure everyone probably knows what Dying Light is. But for Dying Light, there's not too many Dying Light fans. So, ladies and gentlemen, here you go. Dying Light 2 is an open-world action role-playing game meets survival horror title from developer Techland, best known for Dying Light series, Call of Juarez, and some Dead Island games. And basically, it's kind of like an open-world, Resident Evil. There you go. A sequel to 2015's Dying Light 2 will put players into the shoes of Aiden Cadwell, an infected survivor with exceptional skills that will ultimately decide the fate of the last great human civilization on Earth. Like the aforementioned Cyberpunk 2077, your choices will drastically impact the game around you. Which, that actually sounds pretty cool, and that sounds like something that I would love to get into. So, wait, 2015. I might have to look up Dying Light. If I'm going to play Dying Light 2 eventually, I might as well play Dying Light 1. So, let's see what it is. Okay, now that we wrote down the games, actually those do sound pretty cool. Cyberpunk 2077, Godfall, Rainbow Six Quarantine, Dying Light 2, Outriders. It's gonna be a pretty cool set to see. It looks like it's gonna be very action oriented. So hey, it's gonna be awesome. Anyway, next up, this is from the same place, comicbook.com. PlayStation will reportedly reveal big PS5 exclusive soon. And this was written by Tyler Fleischer on the 24th of April at 3:03 p.m. Okay, it says, according to the new report, PlayStation is getting ready to reveal a big PS5 exclusive. The report comes way a variety of industry insiders who recently took it to a gaming forum, Reset Era, to tease that not only is the rumored Silent Hill reboot real, oh mama, despite Konami suggesting otherwise. I'm hoping Silent Hill makes a return, because I would love to see some more Silent Hill. But that it will be revealed soon. How soon? Next month soon. Of course, this suggests that the PS5 console and its big launch window games will also be revealed next month. The report comes way a Reset Era user, Catharsis T, who noted that PlayStation fans will soon have plenty of reason to be excited when pressed about whether or not the alleged Silent Hill reboot will be revealed soon. Inside tease may be, hinting at a reveal in May. That's actually pretty cool. Again, this would also mean the PS5 reveal is going to happen in May. Oh, that would be a birthday treat for me. For those of you that don't know, my birthday is May 21st, and I would love for it to be around my birthday where the PlayStation 5 is revealed. I would love it. I'm like, yeah, it's destined to be. Again, this would also mean the PS5 reveal is going to happen in May. Sony isn't just going to randomly reveal a Silent Hill reboot. It's going to reveal it alongside other PS5 games, which won't be revealed until the console is revealed, of course. Chances are all of this will happen together. That said, all of this information should be taken with a grain of salt. While many find the aforementioned insider reputable, they aren't exactly the most trusted source in the industry. Thank you. Many prominent leakers and additional reports have been claiming a reboot of the horror game franchise is in a development, though. And at this point, there's too much smoke for there not to be fire. However, who knows when all of the smoke will disperse and will get an actual reveal. It's quite possibly Sony is planning on revealing the PS5 and the games for it next month. But with so much uncertainty about the future due to the virus pandemic, who knows if these plans will go according to plan. The PlayStation 5 is currently scheduled to release sometime next year. At the moment of publishing, Sony has not commented on this latest leak. You can continue to read about the PS5, blah, 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 blah. Okay. But with so much at stake, I can see why everything is going crazy. and that everyone is, looking toward rumors instead of, actual confirmations, because Sony is not giving any confirmation on anything just yet. So would it be actually pretty cool for me to have my birthday wish come true and have the PlayStation 5 revealed around my birthday? Absolutely. That would be just saying, get it! And that's going to be it. Okay, I'm going to quickly go through this next article with you. I'm going to read the first couple of suggestions. I don't know what my boy is talking about here. Okay. This is from the pushsquare.com. It's written by Sammy Barker at 8:30 a.m. I don't know what the date is because it didn't tell me the date. It says the PS5 heatsink patent has the web hype about Sony's next-gen cooling solution. I'll read the first couple things here because there's a lot of things I need to get through. There's one more thing to get through. After this, beside the Ubisoft, it says, and I quote, Sony's range of PlayStation 4 hardware is so loud it could be considered a public disturbance. We're all praying to the hardware gods that it comes up with a solution to keep its next-gen console quiet. And then a patent from 2018 hints at what the device's cooling system may look like. It's worth mentioning that PlayStation 5 is referenced explicitly in the documentation, and plans are always subject to change. Nevertheless, the abstract explains roughly how the cooling solution will operate. A heatsink is disposed on a lower surface of a circuit board. The circuit board has through holes, and that is actually in the it is in the article. Through holes that penetrate the circuit board in an area where an integrated circuit apparatus is disposed. Heat conduction pads are provided in the through holes. The heat conduction pads connect the integrated circuit apparatus in the heatsink. This structure allows for the disposition of a component different from the heatsink on the same side as the integrated circuit, thus ensuring a higher degree of freedom in a component layout. Basically speaking, it could be like a small draw distance. It's it could happen, but nobody knows quite for sure. No one knows quite for sure if it's gonna be used. But yeah, even when I play my PlayStation 4, I'm worried because I'm like, I just got this shit fixed, and and it's running like absolute mayhem, trying to cool the system down while I'm playing. So I'm like, don't die. But yeah, it's just a rumor. That's why I'm not gonna do too much with it. But if there is a thing where it can have a silent cooling system, that could actually be pretty cool, and it could be infinitely useful, so that we know like the system is pretty fine. If it starts making noise, then start panicking. So, pretty much, yeah, that's where we're gonna go. The last piece of PlayStation 5 news, and this is coming from GizChina.com, and this is written by Effie Udon on April 25th, 2020, and it says, the Sony PlayStation 5 will have pleasant surprises at launch, says former Sony engineer. And no one's mentioned me. The latest gaming consoles from Sony and Microsoft will arrive at the end of the year. There is a race to the finish line between these manufacturers, and on paper, Microsoft seems to be ahead. Microsoft has revealed more about the Xbox Series X compared to Sony with the PlayStation 5. Microsoft has also confirmed that the Xbox Series X will support optical tracking and VRS variable frame rate technology. These technologies are new and we don't know what they will offer. However, former engineer Matt Hargett believes that Sony will have some pleasant surprises at launch. As for the VRS variable frame rate, Hargett explains why Sony has been reluctant to confirm the technology. He said that VRS is a hard-to-speak technology. Whether it brings benefit or disadvantages depends on the game. Thus, it is not a straightforward technology. Its benefits not only depends on the game, but also on the scene of the game. That's right, VRS is a new DX12 feature that allows developers to change the shading rate within a single frame and selectively reduce the level of detail in some areas of the screen, including deep shadows when it is active, and it improves the game performance. However, there is no noticeable effect on image quality. VRS technology can improve performance and reduce image quality. This technology gives developers some flexibility. Its performance depends on how the game developers choose. In addition to the VRS technology, Matt Hargis also said Sony PlayStation 5 has a lot of features that are not public. According to him, the PlayStation may seem worse than Xbox Series X on paper. However, when all the specs are public, we may want to review our stand. And that basically says that it could be subject to upgrading. That should tell you what you need to know, personally. That the PlayStation 5 has not revealed all its cards just yet, and we're only seeing it from really one direction right now. We're seeing everything for the Xbox Series X, and think about what that means. What I'm believing that's being said is that Sony is allowing Microsoft to show its hand so much that while the PlayStation 5 is still secret, it can be subject to change. And that means it's not tying itself down just at the moment. It's going to release it sometime, and it's most likely going to outbeat the Xbox. Because everything is subject to change. Everything that we've seen has been rumors. Nobody knows. So, here's hoping. Anyway, we still have two more things left to go. So let's really not dilly-dally. Okay, I'm gonna go over these real quickly. And the AMD Ryzen really did not need Ryzen. Sorry, is not really too important to us right now. It says Ubisoft is ready to delay games. PS5 and Xbox Series X are pushed back. No one knows that the PS5 and Xbox Series X are going to be pushed back a couple months from their release, or could be released sometime in 2021 when all this stuff blows over. Nobody knows. Nobody knows just yet, and Ubisoft is willing to push back their games until they really figure it out. Is willing to delay the games because a lot of the stuff that Ubisoft is working on is most likely going to come at the cost of it's going to be coming to the PlayStation 5 and Xbox, and they can delay the games at any moment. And so I can understand why they're really being ready to start pushing back. But to be honest, over the last couple days, we're pretty positive that the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X are being released on time. So I don't think Ubisoft has too much to worry about, to be honest. So let's go on. But the next one was supposed to be the AMD Ryzen CPUs and B550 boards are budget gaming gold. Basically, these things are $100 and have a ton of power behind them. So, do I suggest these for your motherboards and everything like that? Possibly, yes. I think everyone should be using something that is that dang good for that lower price. So, who knows? But I'm not going to be personally using that because, to be honest, I like to go off the specs of my computer. And I like to, I don't have too much in the headway of this. I only have a laptop. I don't have a gaming computer. I don't have a regular computer like that. So, personally, to be honest, do I think I need it? No. So, anyway, yeah, I kind of sped through the AMD, but there's really no need. If you want to look up the AMD Ryzen series and why they're so good at the moment, you can look up the article. And it's by PCGamer.com, and it was written by Jacob Ridley. And it was posted I believe 2 days ago. So I suggest you go check out theirs. So, anyway, this video has gone up really long. I apologize, but there has been a lot coming out this week. And of course, I want to bring you each and everything that has to do with the big budget stuff coming out. I can't sit there and say nothing about these games just to make my job easier. I didn't take the gaming news on to make things easier for myself. I take it to give you guys the news from the gaming industry that you guys need. So do I think that it's a good idea for me just to sit back on the news and just say, it's probably something that no one wants to know about? No. That's not something I should do, nor it should be anything that anybody else that goes over news from gaming do. If there is something substantial in that has some sort of impact to a good amount of people, that should be something that's being said. I know there's a lot of things in here, but you want to know something? I'd rather sit here for a good hour speaking to you on the news that needed to come out this week than sit back and rest on my laurels and say, these people don't deserve to see that news. Meh. You see my point. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for listening. Hope everyone has had a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching the gaming news. The gaming news has been a source of really good relief for me. I'm very happy to look up a ton of things for gaming because it's my passion. So I'm really happy that everyone has been enjoying it so far and has been seeing it and debating it in the comments. Yes, I've responded to a good amount of comments from you guys. And yes, I don't have my own personal header to talk to you guys, but I use the Invisible Corporation headlines to talk to you. So if you got any comment from us over here on the Invisible Corporation under one of my videos, then that was me responding to you. And that was me responding in a great kind. Some of you guys have been talking, but some of you guys some Xbox fans have came in and, you know, they thought I was putting down their console or they're trying to put down the PlayStation 5. It's like, watch the game and feel it. But some of you guys did have some constructive criticism and came with your own ideas, and I thanked you for that. And I said, yeah, I'm glad I see your point. And then I gave my rebuttal. And I like people thinking about how the console's working, how everything is being said, and taking all of what I say with some grain of salt and some truth to the matter. And, you know, looking at it from your own perspective as well. That you guys don't just need to take my word for it. You guys can take the word that I'm spreading back to you guys. So personally, I thank you guys so much for being so intrigued in my discussions and my videos to sit back and write comprehensive, thoughtful comment down there. I thank everyone for doing that. I appreciate it. But anyway, hope everyone enjoyed today. If you guys want to see anything more from our wonderful creators, go down in the links down below and our descriptions. That will be our personal channel, my personal channel today. And as well, on my personal channel, personally, I'm playing Overwatch in DC Universe today on my personal channel. And here on the Invisible Corporation channel, I'm also playing Spider-Man PS4. So go and check that out as well on Thursdays. Or check out some of my videos that I've already posted on Spider-Man. Because up to now, the game has been getting progressively good. And I suggest it's something everyone plays. Or everyone sees. I suggest you guys watch it. Anyway, if you guys want to see some more stuff from our wonderful creators, might suggest some of the shiny hunts from Mr. Chaos 6 over there, or some stuff from Mr. Yuri Tortuga, or some stuff from Mega Man, and go back and watch some 2E5. I believe his link is in the description. He just rebranded himself. I'm so proud of the guy. Go check him out and see what he's up to, because I'm pretty sure he has some really good ideas, and he's coming back full time to YouTube, I believe. So that's my boy. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of my boy. Anyway, hope everyone enjoyed today. I think I'm gonna cut it off here. Thank you guys so much, but good gaming, happy hunting, and I'll see all you Dragon Links back inside the world of the gaming news. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time for some more Damian Dragon action. Peace.